How does a squid express his gratitude? He sends a thank you card. Welcome to the stream. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Sorry for the slow start. I was we're doing 2 games tonight. We're playing Contra and then we're playing Splatoon 3. And Splatoon 3 was the first time I put the card in the Switch. I checked for updates and it needed one. So I had to stall a little bit. But welcome in, my friends. Happy to have you here and happy to be with you. Conga is first in chat tonight. Conga Line Monkey, great to have you here, my friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here for the stream so much and your enthusiasm. It means a lot to me, my friend. Now I know I'm going to have a mellow 7 hours, so we'll try to keep it. We'll try to keep it mellow. And Itarama, close behind. Welcome in, Itty. Great to see you. Happy spooky month to you, my friend. I hate updates. just let my computer run like garbage. It wasn't a computer update. It was a game update. But I definitely sympathize. And Jelly, yeah, I had to keep wiggling my head to make sure my face camera wasn't working there for a moment. But we got it going. Loyal to Soil, great to see you, Loyal. How's your day been treating you? Always stoked to be here for the Contra. Great to have you here, my friend. I hope your day's been treating you well. I've been doing good. Been doing good. Just what have I accomplished today? Not a whole lot. A bit of cleaning, a bit of cooking, took a really long walk. All good things. I tried to maintain eye contact after you said that and I just couldn't. I don't blame you. I have trouble. I have trouble maintaining my stare after most of these jokes. Mellow like some cadmium yellow, Jelly says. Alright, so yeah, Contra is first. We're gonna play the arcade version of Contra. As much as I consider myself an NES Contra expert, I've never actually played the arcade version. So we're going to try it out for the first time, see how it, I assume it's going to differ, and let's, at least somewhat, so we'll see how it differs, and, how it compares, whether or not I can beat it. It may be incredibly difficult. UN Squadron Micah, good to see you again. Thank you for joining us. How did you get the whole collection? This is on the Switch. The Contra, I think it's called Contra Anniversary Collection, Contra Collection. I'm not sure. It doesn't have it really only has the first 5 games, I think. It looks like it has a whole lot of games, but like, all right, so it's got Contra and Super Contra, but it's got those in the arcade, and then it's got NES, Famicom, NES. So I mean, these first 5 games are really just 2 games, right? Contra 3, Operation C, and Hardcore are all separate games, but then these Probotector games are just Contra 3 and Hardcore again, I think. So they're not really, you know, it's only 5 games. But 5 games is a lot of games. And, you know, multiple versions of most of them. They have Contra 3 Alien Wars. That's considered one of the best. Yeah, that's the one on the Super Nintendo. I'm becoming more and more a fan of this Contra 3. So I've played NES Contra, NES Super C. I've played Contra 3 and Operation C. I've played all those several times. Contra and Super C, I've completed multiple deathless runs of, and in different fashions. I'm newer to Contra 3 and Operation C. I'm still practicing these. I'd like to do each of them deathless as well at some point, but that still eludes me. I need more practice with those two games. Super C is hardcore. I love Super C. Super C is probably my favorite of the 4 Contra games I've played so far. Super C is probably my favorite. Really enjoy the Contra games, Loyal says. And yeah, Super C so far, I think Loyal is my favorite. MK, welcome in. Yeah, this is on the Switch. Let's start pressing some buttons. Arcade Contra has a difficulty selector? What? Oh, certainly the arcade machine did not have a difficulty selector, so I don't know what this is all about. We'll just do normal for now. That didn't look good. Wow, it looks very strange. Alright, I don't want to see too much before I start playing. Oh no, why is that the jump button? Oh, I really hope the controls are customizable. Alright, off to a bad start. I mean, it's very similar to NES Contra. It's not the same, but it's... What's that? Is that a super scope? That's the machine gun. Why is the spread gun represented by the S, but the machine gun is represented by a gun? What a disaster. Oh my. I'm just gonna let my, I don't know if the... Here we are. I want to see if the controls are customizable. I need to move these around a little bit. So, jump. Jelly's here with my coffee. Excuse me a moment, my friends. All right, and we're back. Some machines had difficulty settings that the owner could set, Conga says. I didn't know that. I don't know a whole lot about arcade machines, so I'm yeah, that is new information to me. Good luck. Thank you for the wishes of good luck, MK. I'm probably gonna need it. It doesn't really feel that weird so far, at least. It's just I wasn't quite prepared for what I was getting into, but I think it's gonna be okay. Want to thank you again, Frownie, for being a great streamer. Thank you, Loyal, and giving us a place to watch someone else suffer for a little. I do my best. I do my best, Loyal. I appreciate you being here. Um, I appreciate you enjoying the stream and spending time with us so frequently. This game, that kind of broke my heart. What part? The my terrible performance? All right, so that should be jump. This should be jump. That should be fire. This should be fire. That's needs to be fixed there. This, let me just turn that off. A rapid fire, no thank you. I don't even want there to be any suspicion that I would use a rapid fire. We're turning them all completely off. But yeah, we got the jump and the fire where I want them to be. So our odds have improved. Uh-oh. How do I return? There we go. This music has a very galloping quality to it. Conga says, I've been watching Lucent Jelly's Spy vs. Spy video. Right on. Hey, thank you for checking that out, Conga. I know I'm kind of biased, but I'm a real big fan of Jelly's videos. She hasn't been able to do one for a while. They take video editing takes Jelly a lot of time, and she's just had a lot of stuff going on and hasn't really been able to work on one for a while, unfortunately, which makes me sad because I'm a big fan of her videos. Now, if anyone's curious to check them out, that link there goes to her YouTube. She does Let's Play videos, you know, kind of like what I try to do, but just pre-recorded with a lot of editing and jokes in them. And she definitely, like, her videos get better and better. But that Spy vs. Spy video, the part where Jelly starts to ask, is there a ghost in the house? Really early on in the video. We laugh about that all the time. Greg of Greg's Retro Channel is here. Welcome in, Greg. Speaking of YouTube videos, I've been enjoying your series retrospectives, Greg, where you just sort of go through and give your thoughts on a lot of releases in a video game series. It's been interesting to be able to go through and listen to your thoughts. I've been enjoying those videos that you've been doing. And thank you for mentioning me in one of them. Strength for Life, welcome in. I don't know, Frownie. Those bullets looked a little fast. Ooh. How dare you question my honor, Strength for Life? MK says everyone should play it as the developer intended and suffer with mispressings. Well, the developer intended a custom joystick and buttons, right? Not a Switch Pro controller, so that ship has already sailed. Buddha Fingers, welcome in. Great to have you here. This is on the Switch. The arcade version of Contra is ported to the Switch in the Contra collection. So that's how we're doing it. Sweet, I'll go support, Loyal says. Thank you. Thank you for that, Loyal. I grew up on the Spy vs. Spy games for the C64. I played Spy vs. Spy on the C64. I never really understood it. I never really understood C64 Spy vs. Spy. When I played it as a kid, but I eventually got it on the Game Boy Color. And that was where I figured out how the game actually works, was playing it on the Game Boy Color, and then I figured out how easy it is to cheese that game. It's incredibly broken. Jelly is classic with the sound effects, Loyal says. I saw your comment on that one, Greg says. Best with 2 players. Yeah, really, that's what you need to do for Spy vs. Spies. Play with another human. No worries, you're the one I usually think of when I think about platformer difficulty, Craig says. Yeah, since you like the Castlevanias, Contra, Ghosts and Goblins much more than I ever will. Spyverse, is it fun on the Game Boy Color? I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. I mean, it's basically the same. Every version of it that I've seen is the same. C64, NES, Game Boy Color, they're all basically identical. But unless you can play it with another human, I don't really think it's worth playing. At least not for very long. But your mileage may vary. You may like it more than I do. I don't really dislike it. I mean, I played it all the way through on the Game Boy Color. It's just, yeah, like I said, it's very cheesable. And that certainly takes away from it. Oh. Opie's online and playing Dark Souls. He must have been inspired by my playthrough. No. The slowdown. The slowdown is intense, and I lost my spread gun. Alright, well there we go. There's stage 1. This Contra looks weird. It looks very bizarre. It apparently was made for a... left or right? Oh my goodness. It apparently was made for an overly tall screen because, it's so narrow on my TV. scary. Oh! Those bullets come out fast. Oh no, I'm bleeding lives. I think this boss always goes to the right first on the NES version. It definitely has a lot more space to move than it does in this one. And also, I think your character exits on the left. So many subtle changes. Oh, this looks very different. I need that. Alright, well, let's see what the fire gun... Oh, the fire gun is just like the NES, and it's terrible. The jump! The character looks so weird when he jumps. The layout of this level is very different from the NES. It's like all the same stuff is here, but it's all in a completely different order. I think that was it. Wolfman, welcome in. This Contra looks weird. I'm letting it run down. I kind of think we might be able to 1cc this, so maybe we'll just go ahead. I'm gonna try to not credit feed. But I hope your day is going well, Wolfman. Thank you for being with us. I think you can do this. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Micah. Conga says, old game memory for me. Dad told me one day we could go get an NES. We went to the mall, and I discovered that Spy vs. Spy 1 and 2 existed for the C64. So I chose the $30 game over the $100 console. I made the right choice. So many happy memories. Spy vs. Spy 2 I've never played, but I don't know if that would have been the right choice for me, Conga, but I'm happy it was the right choice for you. 2 and 3 are fun. 1 is kind of bumpy. 1 is not bad. I'm being overly harsh. I kind of suspect though that if you didn't play it as a kid and have nostalgia for it, at least in single player, fun, the number 1, like it runs out of fun pretty quickly, I think. Playing against the AI. I think if you play against another human, you can have a whole lot of fun with Spy vs. Spy 1. But I don't know that I could recommend that anyone go out and buy it for the single player. Spy vs. Spy 1 would be a lot more fun if you could play it with 2 screens as well. Since it's the split screen kind of would kind of take away from that game in a head-to-head situation. I don't like change. Strength for life says. This looks like a painting. It does. It does. This game looks like what NES Contra's box art would look like, right? I don't actually remember what the box art looks like. These animations are doing my head in. I was reading Mad Magazine at the time, so I was already hooked on the Spy vs. Spy comics and books. I like the Spy vs. Spy comics. I didn't read a lot of individual issues of Mad Magazine, but those anthologies where they would put together like a decade's worth of like best of collections or whatever. I read through those when I was young, and the Spy vs. Spy comics were some of the best parts. The Spy vs. Spy comics were some of the only parts I understood in the Mad Magazine. In those Mad Magazine books, because I didn't know the movies that they were parodying or the politicians or any of that stuff. So so much of that content was just incomprehensible to me. It was all parodies of television shows and movies I'd never seen. All right, back to it. But the Spy vs. Spy comics are great, right? They've got like a Tom and Jerry sort of simplicity to them. Much worse start than last time. I was gonna say losing a life on stage 1, but I lost 2. Rip the run. Used to play a lot of Spy vs. Spy on the C64. Wolfman says, "Yeah, that's what we were. That's what got us on the subject. Was we were sort of talking about playing the C64 Spy vs. Spy." Oh, the fire gun is terrible. It's so weak. I don't remember what path I took last time. It felt like I sort of guessed, like, if not the optimal path, real close to it, though, so. I'm on a time limit. Oh, no. That was close. The fire gun is real convenient for this fight, though. It may be a terrible weapon, but... I don't know where it's safe to stand. This is so bizarre. Have you ever played Spy vs. Spy on the NES? So I actually don't know if I've played that one. Jelly has. Jelly's in her video on Spy vs. Spy. She's playing the NES one. I don't know why I was trying to jump over the machine gun. It didn't matter if I can't believe how much slowdown there is in this. It's wild. Does that ever go away? It doesn't look like it does. I don't think they do in Contra, so it would make sense that it didn't. Stop with the bullets! Alright, so let's try and go around that machine gun. Jelly may or may not actually still be in the chat to be able to answer your question there, Loyal. Oh, there she is. Jelly says, I think I would recommend Spy vs. Spy on the NES. No, that enemy... I lost my spread gun because the enemy dropped another gun on my head. Also, I forgot that I'm on a time limit. I need to really keep moving. Get moving and keep moving. The slowdown in this is just indescribable. It's alright, I'm no stranger to lag. My goodness, just keep moving. Just keep moving. This boss is completely different. And so very difficult. Oh, I forget time limit. I want to stop and interact with the chat, but the time limit. Well, I got my wish. We're making it further and further. That was my chance to rewind. Greg said played Spy vs. Spy on the NES once or twice. Only once or twice. Renting it in the late 80s. So long ago, I remember absolutely nothing about it. It's a really cool idea. Like you and an opponent are head to head, and you're both wandering through several rooms of a house, and you have to be the first to collect a series of items, and you can set traps for each other to slow each other down. You think it'd be smoother being an arcade version? It is not at all. Crusade Bear, welcome in. Bit late. Hope you're all having a good day. Late or early, my friend. Anytime you can join us, I'm happy to have you do it. Jelly says, I recommend Spy vs. Spy, but mostly if there's someone there to laugh at your confusion. Oops, I meant mostly if there's someone there to give you love and encouragement. I don't think you meant that at all, Jelly. I think you meant the first one. Loyal says, thank you for telling me. I'm all confused. Trying it. Wolfman, thank you for watching out for me. Just tried this on emulator to see if the slowdown was in the original game, and it doesn't seem to be. Alright, so the slowdown is exclusive to the Switch port. The slowdown is pretty bad as is. I think the other boss might have been too much for it. Just imagine you're at the arcade, Frownie, and it'll all come together, Strength for Life says. Maybe if I imagine I'm playing the NES. Maybe if I imagine the NES vividly enough, I'll feel like I'm playing that, and it'll all come together. The Switch just can't handle all these hyper-realistic graphics. I think that this gun is vulnerable even when it's closed, which is different from the NES version. What happened? I couldn't destroy the enemy's projectile. That's supposed to be destructible. I feel robbed. He exited on the other side this time. That's weird. Nice. The invincibility landed somewhere. I think I'll be able to pick it up. Oh, why did I pick up this fire gun? What was I thinking? Wow, how long does this invincibility last? The whole stage? That was incredible. Alright. Just goes right into the next stage. There might be a lot of lag inside the stages, but there's no lag in between the stages. Look at this mess of bullets. How am I ever gonna be able to shoot that target? It says left or right, but you can't go to the, you can't actually go to the right there. I mean, it didn't really look like you could, but the arrow seemed to indicate that both were an option. This part is rough. I think this is the end. Spread gun, don't mind if I do. No. Well, if I pick up that invincibility, stage 3 is going to be nothing to worry about. Imagine this at on the Virtual Boy at 30 frames per second. Well, with all this slowdown, it feels like it's running at about 2 frames per second. What? Oh, I thought I was playing. Alright, before we jump back in, I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to have some more of these spicy almonds that I had from last night. If you weren't here, these are almond extremes, Carolina Reaper flavored. They're kind of spicy, but they're not as spicy as the advertising might suggest. They're definitely tolerable. They're really good, though. They taste like they got this, like, powder on them. They taste like, kind of like Chex Mix. I'm okay. I'm okay. Well, I can safely and confidently say that NES Contra is the superior way to play this game. Between the arcade port on the Switch and the NES wins. All right, Loyal. Enjoy your shower and unwinding time, and we'll look forward to seeing you again in a little while. I have no plans of running off anytime soon. Myself. That was weird. An enemy appeared in the middle of the wall or something. It was very weird. I wish I didn't have this weapon. The NES version wins by several miles compared to this, and I'm not even playing it. Yeah, I don't know. Just if someone told me that if they were like, NES Contra is okay, but the arcade version is really where it's at, I would be suspicious. I would be suspicious of their judgment. I don't know why that. I don't know why the invincibility doesn't always spawn, but I'm really missing it this time. Did this predate the NES version? I always assume the arcade comes first, but I don't know. Strength for Life says, what's that galaxy the Milky Way is supposed to collide with? Andromeda? I don't think that's far enough to describe how much better the NES version is. How is NES Contra better than this? Buddhafinger says, this looks cool and dangerous. My parents don't want to give me quarters for it. Of course it's better. Looks like the arcade did come out first, Conga says. This looks dangerous, I'll give you. This looks cool. I think we'll have to agree to disagree. Kind of fun. I'm not having a bad time playing this. I do wish it were better, but I'm very unhappy about that. I saw it coming for me, and I knew I should have done something. But I thought, well, maybe, just maybe, it won't be able to reach me. Maybe my bullets will keep me safe, and they did not. That's alright. This attempt was going poorly anyway, right? I admit I like the back of the box for Contra 4 DS. For one line, guns, aliens, spread shot, carnage. Welcome in, Mercenary Cobra. Pleasure to have you join us. Yeah, I don't have... Contra 4 is one of them I don't have yet. It came out in '86, so it would have been pretty impressive for the time. The arcade machine. It I mean, it looks good. It looks like 16-bit graphics, right? The character, though, the character's animation is just so stiff. Just look at that jump. I mean, he's just one of the most wooden video game characters I've ever seen. No! He's too lanky for his own good. It's kind of like getting to play Contra again for the first time, though, right? Because, like, all the difficulties that I had when I first started playing Contra on the NES, like, they've all come back. That was awful. I could not have possibly performed more poorly there. I'm curious to see what the snowfield's gonna look like though when we make it there. I'd like to see that in arcade graphics. Since I do love my snow levels. No, I missed the invincibility. That's right. Who needs invincibility anyway? I'm not afraid. No, I said I'm not afraid. Always called the second boss Bubble Boy. I would tend to think of the level 4 boss. If any of the bosses were going to be Bubble Boy, I think of level 4 for Bubbles. I don't know why, but the level 2 boss, I don't think I've ever do I see his projectile as a bubble? I don't know. I don't know what I think of it as. Some of the bosses in this game, it's just like the stage 1 boss is just a wall. The stage 7 boss is just a door. It's like it's kind of weird. Believe it or not, the first boss is actually named Wall. The only thing that's really difficult about that to believe is that the boss has a name. I mean, if it was gonna have a name, Wall seems to be the perfect name. It's just weird to me that they would bother to name it. The hitboxes are... What? The hitboxes are weird on here, too? Alright, this part of this bridge has to be traversable, right? It is. Okay. It looks like you can't walk across that at all, but... Very hard difficulty is pretty difficult to imagine. If this is what normal difficulty is like. I don't know. Hard and very hard. I'm definitely already afraid of them. It's so difficult to hit that target up there. Also, I don't know how that enemy managed to dance right through my bullets. Wild. There was so much slowdown. So like I was ducking down there and I was trying to release, I was trying to come out of my duck to fire, but there was so much slowdown and I was releasing the down button so briefly that it didn't register. And my character just stayed flat. Even though I was releasing and repressing the duck button. The bubbles, they're so slow. What? This isn't even the same fight. This battle is so much more difficult on the NES. Oh. Maybe I was causing them to slow down. Whoa. They changed speeds. Alright, I take it back. This is impossible. This is very difficult. This is very, very difficult. Also, how much health do those guys have? I fired 1,000,000 times on them. That's pretty disgusting. The guy looks like he's glitching when he jumps. Yeah, I think you're right. I think the game heard me. All right. Well, we're going to keep trying. You know, we really just started this. No! Ah, I was so happy I had the spread gun and I managed to avoid the fire gun. Because I keep accidentally picking it up. But then I just got killed anyway, so it didn't really matter. I actually tried to not shoot that enemy so I wouldn't get stuck with this laser. The laser is awfully powerful. I mean, stage 3 is just kind of a joke when you have this, right? The stages are so much shorter in this than they are in the NES. Give me just a moment. It just occurred to me that I can be playing this with a different controller. Instead of the Pro controller, I've got an SNES style controller. It's not the SNES controller for the Switch, but it's a Retrobit controller. But I think it will serve me well for this. I think the D-pad on this is better than the Pro controller. Doe, good to see you. Welcome in. I hope your week's been going well for you. Very happy to have you join us tonight. Top all my issues. Tested positive for COVID. I can't stay long. I'm exhausted. Oh my goodness. I wish you a speedy recovery. No, time up. I appreciate you dropping in, even though you're not feeling well, Doe. I've been lucky enough not to catch it, and but I've heard that it's pretty rough to go through. Gonna be on lurk. This is relaxing. That's certainly what I aim for. Sorry, I'm trying to read, but games are demanding. Just got tested this morning, no COVID, but a possible thyroid issue instead to deal with. Explains the irritated throat. Well, if you do, if it turns out you do have a thyroid issue, I hope it's a correctable one. I don't really know much about the thyroid. I thought my start of level iframes lasted longer than that. What? Where did this second power-up come from? I have not seen an R. Gladly pause a moment to collect a spread gun. How could I not? Nice. No. This first room is so difficult. Hey, nice. We got a raid coming in. I can't pause it though. Retro Johnny 420, welcome to the stream. I guess I can do this to pause the game. We'll just do this. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much for the raid. Let me give you a shout out. Retro Johnny 420. There it goes. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome in, It's Stitched. Great to see you again. Thank you for coming along. Playing Watch Dogs. Never played that myself. I understand it to be a game themed around hacking. Kind of a more modern thing. See, Retro Johnny says 18 and up channel. Name is John from 37 from the USA. Been playing games since 89. Love racing games, shooters, RPGs, and classic games, etc. Hit affiliate 422 last year. Right on. I'm mostly I'm much more of a platformer kind of guy myself. That's really platformer and adventure type games are my primary genres. I don't have a lot of experience with racing games. It's mostly kart racers. With shooters, really the only shooter that I'm well versed in is Gunsmoke on the NES. I love Gunsmoke. Hacking, shooting, etc. Play modern and retro, more modern lately. I'm very heavily a retro guy, though I have been playing a lot on my Switch for the past couple weeks. We're playing these games right here, Horus and Dark Souls on the Switch. I've been playing those a lot. First time playthrough for those, and tonight we're doing Contra and Splatoon 3. But the vast, overwhelming majority of what I normally play is retro stuff. We're trying out Contra on the Contra Anniversary Collection here. We're playing the arcade version of Contra, and I've never played it before tonight. I'm really very, very familiar with the NES Contra games, but I've never tried this one and before tonight. So we're trying to beat it, and once we do, we'll move over to Splatoon. If we do beat it, it's pretty tough. Tougher than I expected, because I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at NES Contra now. Let's dive back in. Gonna let my dog out now, right on. After stream break. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, John. Much appreciated, and thank you for the lurk. Hopefully I'll get to enjoy your company again. All right, let's get back into the game. So if you've just come in with the raid, my friends, I'm Frownie, of course. I stream several nights a week for about 6 or 7 hours usually. We start up around 10:30 p.m. Central Time, give or take. Yeah, like I said, I'm overwhelmingly I'm a retro streamer. Everything from the Commodore 64 to the PlayStation 2, really, with the NES to N64 era being my real sweet spot. I don't think I'm gonna make it out of here. And occasionally we do newer stuff, particularly Switch games for the more modern things. I like to do a very ridiculously blind first playthroughs of games I haven't gotten around to, which I'll tell you is making Dark Souls really interesting. I like to do challenge runs of more difficult games that I enjoy, like I said, the NES Contra. We've done that Deathless several times, and Super Ghouls and Ghosts, things like that. And the third type of thing that we frequently do on the stream is to play broken trash games. Like E.T. and Echo the Dolphin and Scooby-Doo, and well, just whatever nightmares I can find to put myself through. And we keep things pretty family friendly on this stream. I want everyone to be able to have a good time. Relax in a peaceful environment and just kind of chill out while I'm suffering and struggling through a whole bunch of games that are way too hard for me. Oh, and One Up John, welcome in. It looks like you came in with the raid. I'm sorry I didn't catch you before, my friend. Always excited to have you here with us. I ate moving. I ate up a little bit of time there. Okay, I think we can still do this. Victory. That's a shame. Frownie couldn't get Contra to run on the ColecoVision. Wouldn't that be something? I'm pretty doubtful that that exists. I'm sacrificing time with my barrier to pick up this spread gun. I hope it's worth it. A version of Contra that we do need to go back to is the Commodore 64 Contra. Now that I can play it with a gamepad, we need to go back to that one. I was gonna play it a couple weeks ago, but just we had so many other games, I didn't get around to it. But that'll be interesting to try. Without a gamepad, it's impossible. Right, because you have to use the joystick to move and the joystick button to shoot, and you have to use the space bar on the keyboard to jump. Who in the world thought that that was a good idea? Castlevania on the C64. Yeah, I've played that one a bit too. That'll be another one I'd like to do. Just the thing about that is I need to find another copy of it, because for whatever reason the copy I have, it doesn't let you continue when you game over. The game crashes when you game over. I mean, I guess I could just go for a 1cc, but that seems not very likely. I doubt my abilities to 1cc Commodore Castlevania. This was horrible. There's so many enemies there. There's so many enemies there. You didn't know it was on the C64, yeah. Yeah, we played it on the... I tried playing it on the stream. That's how I know how bad the controls are, is because I played it. I set my keyboard on the floor, and I was trying to use my foot to step on the space bar when I needed to jump. Didn't work out. I'm not coordinated enough for that. No! I'm miserable. I was so lucky not to get hit, but then I ended up picking up this machine gun anyway, so I might as well have lost a life. With no spread gun. What is life with no spread gun? We also have to play the arcade version of Super Contra at some point. Super Contra. That's included in this collection as well. I thought we might do them both tonight, but I overestimated my ability to run through this game. My skills from NES Contra do not transfer. That seems to always be the case. Right, whenever I play a different version of a game, I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll be real good at it because I'm good at this other version. And I don't know why I always think that, because it never proves to be true. How'd Super Ghouls and Ghosts go the other night? I passed out early. It was a few streams back. Yeah, that was good. I had a 2-life clear. I think I only died once, and everything else went pretty smoothly. It was good. It was fun to pick it back up. I should have waited a couple days because I didn't think about it, but October 4th is the anniversary of the release date of Super Ghouls and Ghosts. And I would have played it on October 4th, but I'd already just played it a few days before, so... It released in Japan on October 4th. I think it's November 28th for North America. So maybe we'll play it again in November. Any excuse to play, you know, my favorite game. Yuck. Yuck. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna run out of time. I don't know where all my time went. Looks tough. I tried out the Genesis version and struggled on the first level. I mean, they're hard games. They're hard games. The Genesis, so Super Ghouls and Ghosts and the Genesis Ghouls and Ghosts are completely different games, though. Like, they don't share any of the same levels, or and their mechanics are different. There's a couple enemies that are the same, but yeah, they're completely different stories. Mile Hyrule, welcome in. Watch the Dark Souls VOD. GG, thank you. I was very proud of myself, Mile Hyrule. I was very proud of myself. We did so many good things. Oh, if you weren't here for Dark Souls last night, I just, I was crushing everybody. I defeated defeated 2 big guys and like a sub boss and two real bosses. It was a lot of fun. The Genesis, the Ghouls and Ghosts on the Genesis is my least favorite of the trilogy, but it's the one I've spent the least amount of time with. I really like some of the bosses in it though. The designs of some of the bosses. The stage 1 boss in particular, I think, is really cool. And the final boss. The final boss is great. I think I would have to say the bosses in Ghouls and Ghosts on the Genesis look overall the bosses look cooler than the bosses in Super Ghouls and Ghosts. It pains me to say that, but I think overall it's true. Got the Mega Drive version. The artwork is pretty cool. Yeah, I'd have to see if I could find some like scans of that just to look at it online. I'd be interested to check it out. Beautiful games, Ghosts and Goblins. Wonderful. What a wonderful series. No. So much fun. So impossible. No. Thrifty Anvil, welcome in. Grisor. I don't know if I don't think I know what Grisor is. I'm gonna need you to enlighten me. This is Grisor? The stage 3 boss? Oh, this game. This is arcade Contra. Yeah, it's but it's Grisor in other parts of the world, right? Like it's Probotector somewhere. The original name is Grisor? I only know it as Contra. Probotector for me. Grisor just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? It makes me think of Ghostbusters. Makes me think of Gozer. No, how could time be up? I disagree. Cows, welcome in. Great to have you here. Cows are important. How goes Contra? Run 8 million? This is a completely different Contra game, Cows. This is the arcade game. We'll have none of that talk of 8 million runs. It's the first playthrough. they're all Contra if you squint your eyes. Alright, let me rewind a moment here. The AVGN episode of the NES version is a classic. Of Ghosts and Goblins? Yeah. I really like that. The AVGN's Ghosts and Goblins is good. That's probably my favorite of his videos. I got gifted a sub to a channel just now, Conga says. I clicked the link to it. Their channel was muted, so it was your voice coming out of a female streamer. I don't imagine... I don't think of my voice as sounding very traditionally feminine, so... that must make for, that must make for quite the shock. You had to be there, I guess. So far, the best I've done. So far, the best I've done is to make it to the boss of stage 4. So I don't feel like I'm doing particularly great. At what point am I gonna have to though stop introducing myself as a retro variety streamer and be legally obligated to introduce myself as a Contra streamer? I imagine if I'm not already past that point, I'm as close as you can possibly be to it, right? Still true, you stream a variety of retro games. They just all happen to be Contra titles. This fire gun has ruined my life. I'm never going to be able to clear the level. I'm going to run out of time because I can't hit anything with this fire gun. I am contemplating whether or not it's better to just lose a life. Hey, we get to see this boss again. Speaking of Castlevania, I need to do more. I need to do more whip-only Castlevania runs. I'm supposed to be practicing that. We've only done it once. This boss is simply impossible in this version of this game. Gotta throw E.T. and Scooby-Doo in there too. If you count all of the titles, if you count all the Contra games as Contra, like if you lump them all together, Contra is easily the thing I've spent the most time on the stream. But here's the thing. If you count the Contra titles separately, Contra is still maybe the thing I've spent the most time on the stream. I'm just gonna throw this attempt away. You'll be contractually obligated. That is impossible to say. That is impossible to speak out loud, Conga. Contractually obligated. No! No! I refuse to believe I picked this up. I just want my spread gun. All our Konami games except for Ghosts and Goblins, which is Capcom. It would be rough. It would be very difficult. Like if I had to choose, right? If I could only play Capcom or only play Konami games for the rest of my life, it would be very difficult to choose. Frownie is the biggest Konami and Capcom fan. I don't know about biggest. I mean, I'm definitely a fan. But, I mean... It's hard to make such a bold claim when there's still so many games that I haven't played. I've been spoiled. I make it here with invincibility all the time, so I haven't learned to do it without. tablet's giving me trouble. If it came down to Konami or Capcom for me, Greg says, I'd say Konami, Metal Gear, Castlevania, Gradius, and more. Yeah, I think I would have to go with Capcom. As much as I would miss Castlevania and Contra, I think I would give them up before I would give up Ghosts and Goblins and Mega Man. I don't think I like Mega Man more than Contra and Castlevania, but there are more Mega Man games that I like than there are Contra and Castlevania games that I like. And also, if you choose Capcom, Capcom still makes games. Still makes games every now and then, and Konami doesn't. Right? What? The aliens have learned to shoot below knee height? They're unstoppable now. Welcome in, Master Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. You have a point there. I was still gonna say I never really got into the Mega Man series. Yeah, I'm not super into Mega Man either. It's something that I like the Mega Man games, but I haven't played them nearly enough. It's something that I still need to sink my teeth deeper into. Yeah, I've played a lot of the early Mega Man games, but most of them I've only played a couple. Most of them I've only played once, and the ones that I've played more than once I've only played a few times. It is just wild how much slowdown this game has. Alright, come on. Give me that invincibility game. Where's my invincibility? It didn't spawn. I need that. Robbed. That situation right there without the invincibility, I don't know how you get past those 3 bombs and that turret. I don't know how you get past that without taking a hit. I don't see it being possible. If the invincibility doesn't spawn, I just need to reset the game. I'm not good enough for level 3. It's too hard for me. I want to say some really unkind things to this game when it drops an ugly weapon like this into my life. Why can't I figure out how to make this spawn? I don't like this game anymore. I know what you're thinking. Frownie, when did you like this game? What? I think this was released on Switch to get people to buy Splatoon? What? Are you trying? Is that your way of telling me that you're ready for me to change games? Just that this game is so fiendish, it would make people want to buy something else. Well, I mean, you have to consider it's part of the collection. It's just here to pad the collection. There are there are there are several fine, enjoyable games to be played in the collection. Which naturally is why I'm wasting precious moments from my life with this one. My logic is tortured at the best of times. We've got to beat it though. This is my it's an important step in my quest to become the ultimate Contra superfan. This version requires a lot more button mashing than NES Contra does. How that could be so, I don't know. What is going on? I cannot figure out why these power-ups don't spawn anymore. I feel so dumb, but I can't figure it out. It's annoying. I don't want to have to be good at this. I know there's a better way. I like the colors in this game. Yeah, this boss looks alright. I like a giant purple boss. I'm not gonna complain about that. That background looks pretty good with those flashing colors. Actually, reminds me of Super C. try that again. I started that off very poorly. Am I gonna 1cc Powerpuff Girls in the Game Boy Color? Never. That would be rough. That would be rough. Who would want to sit through that? Because you know, if I was gonna do that, I'd have to stream it all. You have reached the maximum recording time. Recording will stop. Do you want to save the replay up to that point? What? What's recording? No. Why is it... What? I don't understand. I don't understand this message. What is happening? Recording? Is that some kind of abstract enemy? I don't know, I guess. I don't know what the deal with this game is. Alright, we're gonna give this about another half an hour. And, you know, if I haven't beaten it by then, this will just have to be something we come back to. I'm not gonna have it beaten. Oh, but wait a moment. I can... How did I do that before? Alright, if I make an error like that on the first stage, probably a good idea to save us some... What do I mean, if I make an error? Thought I'd save us a little agony. By getting a better start. We've done a deathless run of the first 2 stages a few times now. I hate this game. I hate this game. It's taken my invincibility away from me. And I don't like it. It's bogus. The game shouldn't just be able to unload power-ups for no reason. I'm not going to put my name into the leaderboard. I have too much respect for my name. I would not have it suffer the humiliation of being input into this. This incredibly mediocre version of a wonderful game. This gem of a game. Alright, well clearly we're never going to get our items again, so... So we're never going to make it through stage 3 again. It's time to just give up, I think. This game is bogus. Gotta go. Have a great rest of the stream. Thank you, Doe. I might, we might have a good stream, we might have a good stream once we're done with this game. I appreciate you being here. Again, I wish you a speedy recovery, my friend, and we'll look forward to seeing you again. Oh, it's really, really tiring to button mash so much. It shows up when I don't need it. I mean, I need it, but... I don't like this game. I don't like this game. It only spawns the invincibility if I've died on a previous stage. If I'm on a deathless run, it denies it to me. The game should not reward you for doing poorly. I didn't even see what hit me because there's just so much going on. Boat ladder, welcome in. Yo, Frownie and Frowners. Welcome to the worst version of Contra. Is this the arcade version? Yeah, this is the arcade version of Contra. We're playing it on the Switch. It's in the Contra Anniversary Collection on the Switch, among other things. It doesn't run very well. Apparently, it runs much better in a computer emulation, is what I've heard. It's very laggy. But even that's not even my issue with it. I don't mind the lag. It's something to comment on, but it's not it doesn't break the game. It's just kind of janky and frustrating all around. Looks like it runs pretty choppy. Yeah, the NES owners definitely got the better version of the game than the arcade goers. At the beginning of level 3, there's an invincibility item, but if you make it to level 3 on 1 life, the game removes the invincibility from the game. The game rewards you for dying on an earlier stage, and punishes you for doing well. And it's a severe punishment, because with that invincibility, you make it through the stage. You make it through the stage without having to worry about a single hit. It lasts the entire length of the stage. So it's just a free pass to level 4. But you only get it by dying earlier than stage 3. I absolutely hate this. You should not be rewarded with a level skip for dying. Sparrow, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, my friend. Good to have you with us, as always. I am in a... I'm in an unhappy place with this game. I'm being mocked and mistreated. Hey, we made it to the snowfield. And look at it, it's beautiful. Look at that beautiful starry sky. What's going on? That looked like the boss of the NES level. Walk down here? Oh no. I'm not gonna live much longer. Oh, what a beautiful stage. I love the ice. I love the sky. No, it's this guy. Dude, but he's not supposed to be on this level. He's got a different pattern. What do we do, my friends? Do we credit feed? Let's do it. Now this is just level 6. We've been cheated out of some levels. Well, now if we make it, we'll have an illegitimate victory. But I was kind of ready to begin wrapping this one up. He's back. Look at how slow it's going. Alright, my invincibility's gone. Alright. Well, I'm gonna let the credits run down. We saw all the way to the end. We don't deserve to beat it, though. Not with credit feeding, so I'm letting them run down. We'll try it again, though. We didn't quite hit 30 minutes. He doesn't look nearly as good. No, he looks terrible. Where is purple pants? Someone get this man some quarters, Conga says. Well, it turns out there are only 5 levels. It's very weird. You're saying you want more of these levels? Well, I mean, you know. Oh, Derek Ocean, welcome in. Sorry I didn't catch you there for a moment. Great to see you, friend. Chicken, welcome to the stream. Face huggers, exactly. Yeah, there's so much. Contra just took so much straight out of Alien, and then after the NES, they just started taking things straight out of Metroid. He's lost his fabulous edge, Sparrow says. That guy, I think that guy is my favorite boss of the first Contra. He's just he's just so delightfully goofy. It's Matrix mode Contra. Thank you for the follow, chicken. Pleasure to have you on board with us. I love Contra, just no good at it. I played Contra for the very first time last year, a little over a year ago, and I instantly fell in love with it. What is this? What is that bridge? I haven't seen that yet. This is stage 1. That's odd. Yeah, I kind of instantly fell in love with it, and I've played so much of it. I'm pretty good now. I'm pretty good at the NES games, and trying out this one here, the arcade one, for the first time tonight. The arcade Contra, at least this version of it on the Switch, is rough. Very rough. As you can see, it's like it's just about the laggiest game ever. How's the game? I don't recommend it, Derek. I don't recommend it. I thought for some reason you had Contra since you were a kid. No, not at all, Sparrow. Contra I played on stream the first time I played it on the stream was the first time I ever played it. I think we did it in August of last year. It's definitely like it's a game that's hard to be good at though. Like I've had to, in order to become as decent at it as I am, I've had to put a lot of hours into it. Konami used to be the king back in the day. I love some Konami games. Contra and Castlevania. They're some of my favorites. Good thing that's not a death. I would be very upset with myself. The first one you played, if I'm reading this right, Wolfman, the first one you played was on the C64? That's a pretty rough way to start. I've only tried C64 Contra once, but it did not make a good first impression. Quite the opposite. It was pretty harsh. How did you ever manage to play it with the jumping being on the space bar? Can I make that? Can I make this jump? Well, I'll never know. Did you see that weird angle my bullets moved at? You know, if I keep playing this, this is going to end up being my favorite boss. Think of how much you've heard me complain about fighting that boss. But I promise you, if I keep playing this, that's going to be my favorite boss. Oh, that was rough. I remember how shocking it was to learn that you could throw a grenade with space in Commando on C64. I haven't played that one. It's pretty harsh, never finished it. I don't blame you, Wolfman. Is this one hard? It's terribly hard, Derek. Frownie's got Stockholm Syndrome. He's starting to love this. No, I've got a lot of complaints. A lot of complaints about this one. It takes so much time. It takes so much time to reset the game when I make an error like that. It's very punishing. Alright, I just want to have one more good attempt. And then we're gonna say goodnight to Contra. I don't really know what I define a good attempt is. Maybe something that makes it into stage 4. Is playing a terrible Contra game over and over again a contradiction? It's certainly Contra intuitive. Oh my. Wow. Wow, Sparrow says. If you haven't been here, you haven't been able to hear me complain about this stage enough. All right, you gotta know at the beginning of this stage there's an invincibility item, but it despawns. It despawns if you're on a deathless run. The game punishes you for doing well and rewards you for doing badly. And I could not hate it more. It's absolutely disgusting. I disagree. Gonna watch some classic horror movies on Peacock, Derek says. Right on. That's not a service that I've ever used. I bought a quote-unquote horror movie. I can't say which one it is because so I bought a movie and it's there's a game based on it. I have a game based on this movie and I'm gonna play it on the stream, and that's why I don't want to name it. So I'm gonna play it at some point in here in October. But we'll leave it a surprise. I expect it's gonna be I don't want the movie to spoil the game. All right, we're gonna be done with Contra here tonight, my friends. We will pick this up again. I'm not sure when, but I do have to beat this. I can't let it remain. I cannot let it remain undefeated. Sounds fun, Crusade Bear says. Yeah, but I think we've made a good attempt at it for tonight. 3 hours. It's exceedingly difficult. We did make it to what turned out to be the final stage, though, and you know, and made it there legitimately. And thanks to that one credit feed, we've seen what lies in store for us, and it looks pretty rough. But I think I might be able to eventually beat this game. We shall see. But that's gonna be it for this one. We're gonna move along. I'm gonna take a short BRB, get some more coffee, and then we're gonna switch over and we're gonna try out Splatoon 3 for the first time, and see what that one's like. So thank you for keeping me company on this Contra journey. Sorry we couldn't make it to the end this time, but we will eventually. But yeah, I'm going to step away. I'll see you again in just a couple minutes, my friends.